son the finest, fuck bitch you beat it. And he watch you fucking no beat it. Not if you want it. Can you let him how he walking? You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, He was wishing for a burner. Can you let him how he walking? You know that it's on the finest, fuck bitch you beat it. And he watch you fucking no beat it. Not if you want it. Can you let him how he walking? You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, People wishing for a burner. Can you let him how he walking? You know that it's on the finest, fuck bitch you beat it. And he watch you fucking no beat it.
Chat, the team will compete in the 11v11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
Hello guys and welcome to the official Virtual Pro Gaming Champions League live stream, and tonight we have two matches for you. We have T90 Futbol from England taking on FC Bordellona from Italy at 9 o'clock, and we have in 5 minutes time kicking off Wolz FC from Saudi Arabia taking on Seazon from England. Kickoff is due in 3 to 5 minutes time. Before we start, let's go to tonight's lineups. So for the lineup for Seazon today, they are playing the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. In goal, they have Gibbo. Playing at left back is D Manham. Right back is Crudo. Two centre halves, they've got Lewis and Donut. That one CDM, they've got Sean. Two centre mids, Paps and Jinx. Attacking midfield player, Alf. And up front, they have the Man City player, Shells, and Billy, which is, I think it's Young Keeper. The formation for Wolz Esports, they are playing the 4-3-2-1. In goal, they have Havertz. Left back, Forzama. Right back, V Dark. And two centre halves, they've got Puyol and V Spy. Three centre mids to have I'm 5, VT RKKI and Major Command. Left forward they have M Jod Fox. Right forward Unique Noraf and striker Mr. 5 Rafi. So looking at previous results from both teams, as you can see on the screen, this is their past 5 matches for Wolz FC. They beat Boys in the Hood 3-1, beat Limit 2-1, beat FTW Legacy 2-1, beat VFC Inferno 6-3, and also beat MKers from Italy 7-0. As you can see there, all of those teams are fantastic teams in the 11v11 esports. So Wolz have beat literally every top team, getting themselves into the semi-final against Seazon. Looking at Seazon's past 5 results, they lost 2-1 to Ghetto Boys in the league. They beat Boys in the Hood 2-1, beat Thunder Auk from France, they beat War Kids from Germany, and also beat Club Italy from Italy. Looking at the tables, we have the Premier table there in front of you. This is from obviously today's date. Seazon currently sitting in 3rd place with, looks like they have got a game in hand, which will probably get them to 13 points, still 2 points behind Colossus Soccer. And this is the table for the Saudi League. As you can see, Wolves there in 9th position, not doing well in their league. It's just started, play 2 and 2 draws. Okay guys, as it's past, we are due for kickoff. With me I have Chris, who will be available soon for the live commentary. We're going to go ahead into the match kickoff area for the game Wolz versus Seazon. As you can see now on the screen, looks like they are re-lobbying back up. Hi Chris, are you there?
I am here, yes.
So obviously we've got 2 matches tonight, 4 teams battling it out to get themselves into the final. 4 massive teams in 11v11 esports. Who do you think's gonna get their place into the final?
Well, judging on the form books, it's difficult for me personally to see past Seazon, although it's been a mixed start to the league for the heavyweights. They picked up form after a shaky start, only to, as you mentioned, lose 2-1 to Ghetto Boys in their last league fixture. Whereas Wolz have started their league campaign with 2 0-0 draws. Now, it's difficult really to tell where that leads. Were they particularly strong in defence, or were they just trying not to lose their opening games? You know, it is difficult to say. At the start of the season, it's difficult to judge form quite so much there. But they've had a good free scoring run to this stage in the competition in the Champions League. But as I say, I think Seazon should just have enough quality to see this one through.
Yep, definitely. We are just waiting on Wolves, and the game should begin very shortly. Obviously, with the game being 2 legs, it looks like Seazon are going to be home first. There will be a little, obviously, connection issues between both teams, as obviously Wolz FC are from Saudi Arabia, so the connection will not be good on their host. But that's why we do 2 legs. It's the Club World Cup Champions League, and yeah, they'll both be fighting to get themselves into the final, which will be played next Wednesday. Okay guys, whilst we wait for them to start the game, we're going to go for a little break. We'll be back in a few moments.
People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, my bitch a beat. How they watch you fucking no beat, not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turn. People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, my bitch a beat. How they watch you fucking no beat, not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's all the finest. Timmy, turn. People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's all the finest. Love what you beat. How you watch it, but you know beat.
The team will compete in the 11v11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. How you watch it, but you know beat. Killing everybody walking. Know that it's all the finest.
And we are back, guys. Thanks for being patient. Obviously, you know what FIFA's like, with both teams trying to connect and get themselves into the lobby. So here we go. We have Wolz FC from Saudi Arabia taking on Seazon from England. This is the first leg. It looks like it is on Wolz FC host, and it is an aggregate competition. So if they both draw in the first leg and the second leg, it will go to extra time and penalties. So here we are, guys. Wolves against Seazon. I will pass you on to Chris for tonight's live commentary.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's action in the VPG Champions League in the semi-final here between Wolz and Seazon. Two big sides here fighting against each other to try and grab a place in an elusive Champions League final spot. Seazon going from right to left here. Down on the right-hand side at the moment. Hoping to see a bit more attacking intent from these boys this evening. We know that they've got it in them, but results have suggested that they've gone from a free-flowing attacking style of play to something slightly more defensive and responsible. But for entertainment's sake, let's hope they go back to the old form book. Seazon with a clearance there. There's space on the left-hand side if you can wriggle away, but the tackle is put in. Attempt to be squirmed out onto the right-hand side. A lovely long ball there, nice and direct. Billy on the ball here. What can he do? Does well to keep the ball away from the defenders' advances. Back into the middle. Nice 1-2 play. A lovely ball through, but the flag has gone up. And there will be a free kick for the offside. A dinked pass towards the middle there, aiming for the large central midfielder there. Challenge nearly in there to try and reset the attack. And ultimately, well done there to clear the ball and keep it in play, as Wolves have an opportunity to spray the ball. Wonderful long-range passing there over onto the left wing. Working it towards the middle, ultimately. Lots of men committing to the ball side at all times. Nice, determined play by the forwards there. Scrapping to keep the ball as long as possible. That long ball is always on. They're always looking for it as well, knowing full well that any drop in concentration from the opposition, and they are in for a goal-scoring opportunity. It's quite fascinating to watch two high-level teams battle it out with such high stakes at this end of the competition. So, in terms of expectations, you would say that there is significantly less nerves than you would normally see from this level in the opening exchanges. Both teams looking to play their own game. Just look how compact the Wolves are there. High defensive line playing for offside with a bank of 4 and then 3 men sat directly behind. Very narrow too. Let's see if Seazon can take advantage of this free kick and the ensuing situations that we'll see from that high line. They really do defend as a pack. Oh, he's onside here. Striker ran back to free up the space. He's threaded the ball onto the right side, and we've got an opening goal from Billy. Seazon 1-0 up. Lovely calculated play, and it appears as if that narrow block of 7 defenders from Wolves has backfired somewhat. Really need to try and open things up there to cover more space. There was wonderful attacking positioning there by the striker to peel away, to keep himself from being offside and let the other forwards through. And a very unselfish moment there. The goal glaring. You'd expect a striker to try and take a pot shot himself for the glory of a Champions League semi-final goal, but instead rolls the ball towards the back post and smashed into the back of the net for the lead. Cleared away. It does appear as if they're widening their play a little bit here, Wolves. Into the middle, space on the right-hand side, but goes for the inside ball. Instead, the shot is away, and we've got an equaliser. Well, that came out of nowhere. And look how Wolves step forward straight away on the restart. We've definitely got ourselves a game here. And the ball goes out for a throw-in. Both teams will desperately want to get into the final, put themselves in a really good standing here in this first leg. Well intercepted, showing their intent to get onto the ball. Defender does well to nod that into a safe area. Should be cleared here. And it is. Down onto the wings as well. No danger of that being lost in a dangerous position. Well done. And long ball there is inches away from releasing the left winger. But instead it goes out for a throw. Lovely technique there, trying to open up the space on the wings, which is where Wolves really don't want the ball by the looks of things there with their narrow defensive shape. I can definitely now see how they managed to get 2 0-0s in their opening games in the league. But Seazon have the quality to break that down. And in return, because Seazon are going to go for it, Wolves are able to take advantage of any high press counter-attacks in great numbers. A bit cagey here, but in fairness, both teams' forwards are definitely getting their time on the ball. And good pressure there. Here, released on the left. And taken down. There is a free kick for Wolves. What are they going to do with this? The aim marker suggests that they might be trying something over the top, but 2 men have gone short. Runs and dummy runs to be made, and instead it's smashed straight into his teammate's face by the looks of things. It's moved over to the left-hand side. Seazon going forward with their more direct play once more. Freedom and space on the left, only just stepped up to mark it and cancel that opportunity. And he is offside there. There's that high line. First time it's been a real positive for them. Chipped ball forward from the free kick. And another long ball release. It's becoming a feature of this game. Well tackled though. Spreads it into the middle. I think Seazon will probably see more success by switching the play kind of side to side rather than going for the long ball, because they're very disciplined Wolves in their defensive line and stepping up for the offside trap. They're through. Oh, was that tapped onto the post? The shot again, and it's in! Against the run of play. But Wolves find themselves 2-1 up. They've come from behind. They've not shown as much quality on the ball as Seazon, but they definitely have spirit to them. Fantastic stuff. If we didn't have a game before, we definitely do now. As we approach half-time, can Seazon forge one more opportunity? As the ball is cleared long over the defensive line, can he get it to the back post? He was marked out in the end. Ball over towards the right-hand side. And that is half-time in this Champions League semi-final first leg, with Wolves, surprisingly, at least to some, 2-1 up after going 1-0 behind. Looking at the stats there, it's quite interesting to see the amount of possession that Seazon have had, but it's just the one shot and it being on target. They haven't really created that final chance despite dominating play. Aaron, what are your thoughts on that first half?
To be honest, I thought it would be the other way around, where it will be Wolves having more possession, considering they are home. The result, I'm not shocked by the result. Like I did thought that Wolves would be winning on their host due to the connection. But then again, Seazon, even if they lose 2-1, they still got an away goal, which is important. Hopefully, for them, the scores can stay as it is now. If Wolves score another goal, then it's just creating.
Then they might be in trouble.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, guys. So here we are, second half. Wolves taking on Seazon.
Seazon pressing early with intent, trying to get back into this one. As you mentioned, the connection for both sides is going to be important in each leg. Wolves will be delighted with this result, whereas I think Seazon might not be too disappointed, but obviously you want to take a lead or at least a draw with the away goal benefit in going into a second leg, because despite any problems with connection or issues with connection to the host, lovely ball. Back to the connection. As much as there is an issue to be taken into account, you still want to treat it as if it's any other football game. Take the advantage in terms of results as best you can. It's all about momentum as well, which is something, in fairness, as well as they've been playing in this one. As Seazon go on the right hand side into the box there, but drag back to try and create some more space. It's just those sheer numbers. Wolves just don't appear to be interested in having a ball playing midfield at all as the ball goes over on the left hand side. Space again on the right if it's open, but that door is slammed shut. But so far, as a wonderful long ball goes over, so far this season, it does appear to be quite a characteristic of Seazon's campaign, is that they are obviously capable on any occasion to show their quality, but they've not been quite as dominant as I expected based on form, what have you, this season. Stuttering start. Was it a dangerous moment there as the attacker pressed the defender off the ball? But they started with a loss and a draw. Is the space opening up? It's cleared away in the end. Lovely long ball. Can the striker get onto that? The goalkeeper's come for it. We've seen them go wrong, and well cleared in the end as the goalkeeper dominates over the striker and makes sure the ball is cleared to safety. But yes, Seazon started their league campaign with a draw and a loss, and they've won a few in a row, only to lose their last one. It seems they're capable of showing that they deserve to be up near the top of the league, but in terms of being quite as successful as they have in the past, it's not been plain sailing for them. Nice attempted dink ball there over the top, but not quite made it. Gathered in midfield and quite a high position there by Seazon as they continue to press, but they're never going to be able to really outnumber the masses in defence for Wolves. The ball comes over. There's no flag as yet from the linesman. No, he's clear of the offside. This is one of the rare times that they've actually got in behind them, but the tackle is made well there and out for a corner. And the goalkeeper running around. He seems quite a confident goalkeeper, ready to stamp his authority on everything. Headed clear. And look at this. I mean, the Seazon defence aren't even in their own half. It's very, very high press trying to counter this defensive block. Almost playing like defensive midfielders, resetting the ball at every opportunity. And this is the problem that they have with that. Ball is threaded onto the left-hand side for Wolves. If he can get past this fullback, it may well be in once more, but good strength shown there in the tackle. Can he clear? He can't. He loses the ball in a dangerous spot. Lucky there with the bounce of the ball on the second tackle. Seazon looking to release it straight away and nice and early. Try and get advantage before Wolves can regroup. Desperate balls, half clearance, half optimistic spray across to the other side. Doesn't connect. And the ball is stuck on the wings here for Seazon. I get the sense that they'd rather have the ball either over the top or progressively through the middle with some quick passing, but not been able to get either really going. Interesting. I'm not sure if that came back off the striker. I'm assuming so by the goalkeeper gathering it, but it did look like he cleared it onto himself for a second. A throw in here. Good strength shown to retain the ball. Attempted the over the top, but well defended. Good turn in midfield. Back towards Reezy. He's trying to get onto the ball and influence the game more and more. With strength, but locked out by numbers once more. That ball is going out to play for another throw-in. Going long to try and get that up the pitch as quick as possible. Bypassing midfield as often as possible. It seems there's a lovely ball into the middle of the pitch. Ooh, goalkeeper clashes then. It's free. Ball into the box. And there's the third goal. Wonderful spinning finish there on the volley. Wolves. I mean, I don't think they'll want to get carried away with themselves here, but this is going to be potentially a brilliant result for them against Seazon in this first leg of the Champions League semi-final. Seazon do have the away goal, though, but I think they would have probably liked to have kept this to a 1-goal deficit. 2 is spectacular stuff. Ball through again. It really was a lovely spinning finish. I do like them. And there is a sign of us being 7 minutes from the full-time whistle. Would rather not lose the ball in that sort of position, ready for a long ball counter, and instead decides to return it to the opposition goalkeeper. Good press. And here we go again. It's you can tell in their play that Wolves are pretty happy with their game plan being executed well in this one. Seazon, from roughly 10 minutes into the second half, have looked rather frustrated with how things have gone, trying to repeat the same thing over and over, but can't really blame them with the way that Wolves have played. It's been a bit of a tactical masterclass, in all fairness. Ball is played into the middle to Reezy once more. And back to the fullback. Seeing attacking players playing effectively as wing-backs, that's always a sign that you're happy with your lot. Taking time over this throw-in. And thrown long, but headed. Clear. Trying that long ball, but it's headed into safety. Onto the wing with the fullback, and that is pumped forward. Definitely safe to say that Wolves are happy with a 3-1, wouldn't you say, Aaron?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, they've got a 2-goal advantage now, but if they score in the second leg, then obviously it's creating a lot harder chance for Seazon to get themselves through. Like, obviously they've got the 2-goal advantage now. Yeah, let's just see how Seazon react on their host. But yeah, guys, that is it for the Seazon and Wolves game. We will be checking back to this game at half-time of our next match. We are going to be presenting, which is T90 Futbol taking on FC Bordellona. That is due for kickoff in 7 minutes' time. So we'll go through the lineups very shortly for that match. So whilst we're watching that match, we will keep flicking back to the Seazon and Wolves game, because we want to make sure and find out who goes through to the final. We're just going to go for a little intro break. We'll be back in 2-3 minutes time, ready for the next match.
People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch a beat. How they watch you fucking no beat. Not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turning. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch a beat. How they watch you fucking no beat. Not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turning. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Nothing to beat. How you watch it, but you know beat.
But the team will compete in the 11v11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. How you watch it, but you know beat. Killing everybody walking. Know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turning. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch a beat. How they watch it, but you know beat. Not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turning. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch a beat. And boys, you fucking the beat, man, kill everybody walk. You know that it's all the finest. Team, time. People bring you on burning. Kill everybody walk. You know that it's all the finest. Nothing to beat. And boys, you fucking the beat,
But the team that competed in the V11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
And boys, you fucking the beat, man, kill everybody walk. Know that it's all the finest.
Hello guys, and we are back for the second match of the VPG eChampions League semi-final. If you just joined the stream, you've just missed a game between Wolz FC and Seazon. That ended in a 3-1 win to Wolz on the first leg, and they'll be playing the second leg very shortly, which we will keep up to date with. Kickoff in 3 minutes, we have T90 Futbol from England taking on FC Bordellona. So let's go to both lineups for T90 and Bordellona. The lineup for T90 tonight, it looks like they are playing the 4-2-3-1, actually 3-5-2 formation. In goals, they've got Zed Gems. 3 centre halves, they've got Chris Chance, Chazza T and Jay Banks. 2 CDMs, they have S. Freeman and manager Manpreet. Left mid and right mid, they've got Ray and Tyrone Ryan. Playing that cam position, they have Fraser Cov, striker XG English and Fordyce. The lineup for FC Bordellona tonight, they are playing the 4-3-3 formation. In goal, they have Exdavivinci. Left back, they have Vale Coco. Right back, Ica. 2 centre halves, they have Costant and Diviners. And the centre half CDM, they have Danny Supremacy. 2 centre mids, Pash and Phil John. And the 3 forwards, they have Gio Leo, Examatage and Googly 23. Moving on to the results. So FC Bordellona's results. The past 5 games they have beat Wild Runners 3-0, drew 0-0 with HD Esports, beat Real Trinacria 4-2, beat QPR Esports 3-2 and drew with Empire Tigers. The last 5 games for T90 Futbol, they beat Southend United 3-2, beat OFR Esports 2-0, beat Shakhtar Donut 2-1, beat YBK DNW 3-1 and beat Port Vale Esports 1-0. Moving on to the league tables. In Italy, this is the current league table. The league is still underway. FC Bordellona sit in 7th position. They are quite a far way up from Empire Tigers, who are leading the league at the moment with 59 points. For the Premier South Division that T90 are in, they're currently in 5th position. Obviously they've got a game in hand, but you can see that they're not in the highest league of VPG Europe. As you can see, there is a few teams above them and the quality is there. Okay guys, we are going to go to the kickoff mode for T90 versus FC Bordellona. Okay, it looks like we've got an ad. We'll be back shortly. And we are back, guys. We apologise for the delay. It looks like T90 are waiting on one player to get onto the match lobby. Whilst we wait for T90, let's go check on Seazon versus Wolves in the second leg. Here is the second leg now, as you can see on the screen.
Ooh, this looks tasty. Seazon 1-0 up against Wolves in the second leg. Have a corner here as well. Play towards the edge of the area and back towards Taker, who appears to be onside as the ball's delivered in. Remember, all Seazon managed to get an away goal in. Oh, here we go. There's a penalty to effectively give Seazon the lead here. It's a good time to join this game, has to be said, Aaron.
Most definitely, yeah. If they get this,
then
they are through really on aggregate at the minute.
Oh, and it does. It hits the back of the net, and Seazon take the lead on away goals. It's 3-3 on aggregate here now in this second leg of this semi-final. Wolves getting us back underway. Maybe your theory about the connection proved quite strong there. Seazon clearly having a better time of it in this second leg. Still, a goal for Wolves would open it right back up, and unfortunately that long-range shot is hit straight at the goalkeeper. Poured forward quickly, lovely distribution from the goalkeeper. Seazon looking to cut it inside and possibly get the striker in, but instead it's played into the middle, out back to the left. A lot better passing here from Seazon compared to the first game. Tried to turn that and thread it through for the striker, but well engaged there. A long ball over the top, a little bit too much on that, but the idea was right, trying to get him in on the back post. Seazon will be delighted to be turning this around effectively anyway by half-time in the second leg. Good challenge there. Wolves, I think, are going to need a good team talk at half-time after celebrating so wildly with the mild time wasting at the end of the first leg. The long ball there can't be kept in, and that's going to be half-time in that leg as we return back to Aaron to check on progress for potentially the start of the other semi-final.
Okay, guys, so let's go check on the T90 FC Bordellona game. They should be starting right now, as I've got confirmation that both teams are ready. They're all here, and both teams are ready now, so just about to send any moment.
Just to briefly add, Aaron, whilst we wait for the sending of the game invite, that game in that Seazon and Wolves game is definitely not over. 2 goals, 1 for either team in that second half of that second leg would take us to extra time and potentially further. So it is all open, as bad as it looks for Wolves in that first half, and it looks like the invite's being sent.
Yeah, like, hopefully Seazon can keep the lead there. If they do, then they are through to the final of the VPG eChampions League. It's still it's a battle, that game, because it can go either way. If Wolves get a goal, then they're back in it. So it's not a definite Seazon like final yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wish we could actually go to that match and watch it. But let's see what we have here with T90 versus FC Bordellona. 2 fantastic teams have beaten many top teams to get themselves into the semi-final. So here we have it here live. T90 versus FC Bordellona. I'll pass you over to Chris for tonight's live commentary.
Well, good evening, everybody, and it's unfortunate timing there for that to happen, but welcome everyone to this second Champions League semi-final, and this one between T90 and FC Bordellona. As mentioned, 2 strong outfits. T90 defensively sound. They proven that they can take on the big boys as they beat OFR in the Cup 2 days ago. And FC Bordellona, as mentioned, they're 7th currently in the Italian top league. But in fairness, they have hit a rich vein of form, which appears to be just at the right time. But it's T90 pressing forward first from left to right in the blue. And good strength to take the ball away. Unfortunate falling of the ball after a deflection. So the Bordellona can get the ball away. Looking to hit on the counter as T90 try and assert some dominance by pressing men forward. The cut inside, unfortunately, not resulting to anything other than a corner.
If I was one of the centre-backs for FC Bordellona, I'd keep tight on Fraserkov and Fordyce. They're both fantastic players. You give them a bit of room and they will definitely get a goal for T90.
Intercepted there, and here we go. Can they get released here? It's good, tight defensive shape so far. Not going to lie, after looking at the form books, I expected T90 to be the ones kind of relying on a defensive shape to hold into this one, but it appears as if they've got confidence going for them. It's a lovely long ball. Oh, the striker gets onto it, and it's a brilliant last-ditch tackle. Unlucky to fall over himself there, but his teammates covering for him. And what looked like a very promising situation for Bordellona ends up being cleared onto the left-hand side. The defender makes a small error there, and the through cuts in, rolls, and lovely save there in the end. Another corner coming up for for T90. Goes for the short, the near post. Quick corner, and it's headed, flashed across the face of goal. And out for a goal kick. I have my early suspicions we may have another end-to-end battle here. As T90 are awarded the free kick from an offside. Interesting choice of distribution there. It gives Bordellona an opportunity to try and get a foothold on this game other than through counter-attacks. Try and pass the ball around a bit, but they're crowded out in the end by T90. And it's out for another throw. Going for the long ball down the wing. Well-headed clear. Both teams seemingly eager to get in behind with the over-the-top ball. Well kept in. It's going to be yet another corner kick here for T90. Are they going to go short again, or have they got multiple routines in their locker? I imagine a team of their standard work on these things. Going towards the edge of the box, attempted to be headed back in towards the danger area. And Bordellona come away with the ball. The striker making a run on the right-hand side. Can he be found? Well, the run was found, but unfortunately the defender was there to cover. T90 having the bulk of the more dangerous play in this match, but definitely the best chance so far, really falling to Bordellona with that lovely last-ditch tackle. Shot is in, it's flashed high and wide. And here we go again. Goal kick this time. As T90 pull up the shape of their play, it feels as if people are mildly out of position here as Bordellona press forward. But the high engage works once more and the tackle is made. T90 pouring forward. Good interception there. Can they get the ball onto that right-hand side? Left-hand side, my apologies. And they can. Just need to try and get past the midfield that is man-marking so tightly. And they're unsuccessful in doing so. And Fordyce is released on the right. Lovely skill trying to turn the defender inside out. Does very well to keep the ball inside there. Silky skills. And it goes out for another corner kick. That was lovely stuff there by Fordyce.
That's what I said. You give him a bit of room, he'll be deadly.
They're going to go for the back post, nodded back in option again. They are. The goalkeeper's punch only gives the ball to the fullback that was pressing forward there, trying to win that second ball, and does. As Bordellona look for another counter-attack. Decide to go long rather than tuck it inside on the ground. And T90 with it. Well kept in. Some good on-the-ball skills being shown by the T90 team in this game. Lots of close control, good dribbling. But so far, Bordellona have been quite steady in their defence, and disciplined in their shape. Again, T90 doing well to chase down the second ball at every opportunity. Even if they do lose possession, their teammates are always there pressing as high up as they possibly can within position. It's unfortunate there by Fordyce, since uncharacteristic lack of control there, being able to keep it in play. Good pressure. Bordellona with the ball on the wing. Tries to get it in, but good pressure by the defender as it rolls out for a goal kick. Ball is pumped long. It's an interesting tactic against what appears to be quite substantially sized centre-backs for Bordellona. Out on the right-hand side, as the cross coming in. It's a lovely ball towards the edge of the area. Tried to be threaded in towards the middle, but intercepted and then cleared. Manpreet through. This is Fraser trying to get out onto the left, but unsuccessful. So Devine's there at the back for Bordellona has been a rock, winning most headers, clearing the ball at every opportunity and doing well in retaining his shape. Ball is threaded out onto the right-hand side, intercepted, but won once more after an unfortunate bounce. Definitely space on the left, and it's well found. Moved into the middle. Shot is taken again. I do admire the way that Bordellona are seemingly quite willing to take on the long shot. I mean, even if the majority of the time the goalkeeper's going to be saving them, if you try and keep a goalkeeper honest, at least keeps them on their toes and make sure that the defenders close you down at every opportunity. I see a lot of teams that are happy to drag the ball back and take a chance at trying to get the perfect finish, and just leaves defenders able to kind of know that they're allowed to stand off attackers. But we reach half-time here in this first leg of the second Champions League semi-final between T90 and Bordellona. Aaron, it's an interesting game there. I'm just wondering, before I ask you your thoughts on this game, whether you potentially wanted to check in on the Seazon Wolz game. But
yeah, we'll just check in over at the Seazon and Wolves game to see how the second leg is going. Let's take a look there now. It looks like it has ended, so we need to find out what the score was after this game.
Well, it shows that it finished in 90 minutes of the second leg, so I think now's the time at halftime to quickly chase up results on Twitter and other platforms, so we can bring you the latest results there.
Most definitely. It's still even here, 0-0. Both haven't really created much. Obviously, FC Bordellona are taking shots outside the box to test the keeper, but hopefully we can get a goal in this first leg for both teams.
Yes, that is obviously what everyone likes to see on coverage. Goals, goals, goals. But as much as T90 have generally been the better team in terms of general play, you can't forget that Bordellona have had that one glorious chance that was well defended, effectively cleared off the line, as they have a free kick in a very dangerous position here. Let's see what sort of routine they've got in store for us. It's played short. Can it be wriggled through? Saved in the end, parried out, and that's quite panic defending with lots of numbers there. Ensure that the ball does not fall to red feet. Pumped over towards the right-hand side. Will the defender get to that? Oh, it's a lovely attempt, a flying first-time volley. It does drag slightly wide to the left-hand side, and it goes out for a goal kick. Seems as if Bordellona have stepped up their game a little bit in attack for the start of this, or maybe T90 just haven't quite woken up yet for the second half. We shall see soon as the rhythm of the game restores itself. Oh, it's a cheeky pass there from a centre-back. Shows a lot of confidence for a defender to be playing that sort of ball in that area at this stage in such a major competition. Going for the flying header, but that isn't particularly on the goalkeeper's radar or something to worry about as it sails over the bar. Pumped along. Nice distribution once more. A little cheeky scorpion kick there. Is he going to go for the volley again? I thought I had visions of a Robin van Persie-esque finish there on the first time over the shoulder. It's definitely there at all times by the sounds of things. It's pumped long once more, and he's in space. What can he do here? The shot's away and well blocked. I was waiting for the linesman to raise his flag there, but he was clearly onside. I think T90 need to be very aware of that moving forward. Attempts that first time ball, but it was going nowhere, and the Bordellona player has brought down the T90 midfielder running forward, trying to get on the underlap. Here we go. Going short, but the wall steps up to intercept. Nice aggressive defensive play paying off there. As it's spread out onto the left-hand side, as everyone tries to reset on their positions. Some players getting in the way of one another. Good step up there by the defender once more and pumped forward. That seems to be a tactic they're targeting in this second half, Bordellona. They see that there is space in behind. DM's, you can see a torn as to whether to step up or not. It's a very good challenge in the end. Potential to be giving away a penalty if you mistime that, but these boys know their qualities. Let's just let that run out of play, putting an end to a potentially dangerous move. Moving inside, happy to try and retain some possession and probe away slowly but surely, waiting for that opportunity for the ball to fall through the defence, ready for a striker to pounce, and this time the defence clears the ball. Another long ball in return this time. It's a good nudge away. And cleared into the middle with Pash. As you can see here, Bordellona happy as the away team to try and keep themselves in this match, ready for the return leg. Played over the top and cleared. Good win of the second ball. There's an opportunity for the counter here. We've effectively got 4 on 3 as Bordellona move forward. They don't appear to have enough stamina to fight their way through there, but a little bit too much strength used by the defender to try and wrestle him off the ball, and free kick is given. In another potentially dangerous situation, not quite as near as some of the others they've had, but it's definitely an opportunity to get the ball over the top. It's played in there. If they could win this header, it's dangerous. It's fallen on the edge of the box, takes on that first time shot again, this time a little bit too weak, and aimed straight at the goalkeeper for an easy save. It's amazing sometimes how teams can look so different just at the switch of ends or the blow of the half-time whistle. T90 were definitely dominating play in the first half, but Bordellona have completely changed their approach. It's running through the middle here, waiting for something to open up, which it does. Well dropped back by the striker to try and get the demand possession. The attempted clearance forward, safety is intercepted, and Bordellona with the attacking throw-in. Going long this time towards the striker and well headed out. But it just seems to me that they have more options. The defender left that at the last second, but the goalkeeper was clever to it and collects the ball calmly. But Bordellona appear to have a lot more men in the middle of the pitch ready to try and assert a little bit more dominance on the ball. Beforehand, it felt like 2 or 3 men were trying to get in over the shoulder of the last man in defence, and it left no one in the middle to be creating. But now it's all being left to the one man, and everyone else is supporting him, and it's working out rather well. But at 0-0, with just over 5 minutes remaining plus stoppage time, There's opportunity for anything to happen. T90 on the ball on the right-hand side, trying to wriggle past the defender, but it's intercepted. Now for another throw-in. Good header in. There's a wrestle inside the box off the ball there, and it's a good job the referee didn't see that, but it's cleared off to the right and won't be able to be kept in, as they were searching for another counter-attack. Good throw and good head down onto the wings there again, trying to feed it through onto the right-hand side with another underlap, but it's cut out by the defender. Second ball won by Bordellona once more, into the middle. And here we go with the men there. Switches on to the left-hand side. He's found him. What can be made of this? If you can get past his man here, there should be space to be found. There's four men in that attacking midfield spot ready to try and get the ball. The defender should get onto this long clearance. And striker pulls up injured there. May have been holding his sprint button a little too long throughout this game. Good possession again and a good challenge there by Chris Chance. And there we have it. That is full time in the first leg of this Champions League semi-final between T90 Futbol and FC Bordellona. Aaron, it was an interesting match. I think Bordellona will be the happier team to come away with a 0-0. I think they were in an opportunity there to get a lead, but they won't be devastated not to grab it, especially considering they were the away team. I think they'll fancy their chances at home on a slightly better connection for them, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, most definitely. It's a great result for FC Bordellona. They get a point on the away leg. A goal would have been nice if it was 1-1, would have got an away goal, but yeah, it's going to be... It was just like the Seazon game. I just want to know what happened on that game. I thought it would still be in the second half, but yeah, we're not sure what's happened there. But yeah, this second game is going to be it's going to be really close. It could even go to extra time and penalties. But yeah, guys, we'll be back in 2 minutes. So yeah, just hold on.
People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch repeat. How they watch you fucking no beat. Not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turn. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch repeat. How they watch you fucking no beat. Not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turn. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch repeat. How they watch you fucking no beat.
But the team were competing in the FB11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. My bitch repeat. How they watch you fucking
Hello guys, and we are back for the second leg of the Champions League semi-final between T90 Futbol and FC Bordellona. As you can see on the screen right now, they are both ready for the second leg of the Esports Champions League, and we'll be with you for live commentary shortly. Guys, we'll be back shortly with the commentary. We'll just listen into the game volume until Chris is back. We apologise for the swearing from Manpreet.
Try to go for that.
Right, well, welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, sorry for the delay in commentary there. This started a lot sooner than we expected, but we enter still on level pegging here. Another 0-0, maybe met with groans by the crowds, but the rules of this competition in this second leg mean that extra time and potentially penalties would follow, if I'm not mistaken, Aaron. So we should be guaranteed goals in some capacity in this match. The ball is threaded through Bordellona with an opportunity for a strike on the edge of the area, but it's blocked and cleared. Moved on to the left-hand side. Nice one-touch stuff there, making space for one another. Lovely threaded ball.
It'll be nice to see another penalty shootout, as in the Xbox Champions League semi-final we did see one there, and it was a fantastic game from both goalkeepers in that match.
Indeed, I've had a lot of feedback from both goalkeepers there about the potentially over praising I gave them, but they both played a fantastic role in a great cup tie. And T90 here with the ball decides not to pass it on to the left-hand side and tries to weave his way to thread a ball into the middle, but it is well intercepted. Good step up there by the defender, but it does leave a space in behind, but it's been dealt with. And there's a throw in for T90 and an opportunity to reset here once more. Good strength shown, harrying the defender off the ball. The ball is played on to the left-hand side. Oh, he should potentially, anyway, in my mind, run with that a little bit further. He tries that first-time ball, try and catch the defence out, but they are aware of it at all times. Attempted to be played through the middle there. A little bit of confusion in defence, but it's worked its way clear. The run is being made on the left, and they're looking for it, but he spread himself a little bit too wide rather than narrow into the channel. It's been found, though. Will the ball come in? It will, but headed clear for a corner here for Bordellona. Has there been any update, Aaron, on the score in the other semi-final?
I'm still yet to find out what the score is, but I will update everyone on social media after this match.
Ooh. Lovely attempt at the overhead kick there. That would have been some way to take the lead in a Champions League semi-final tie. Just a reminder for anybody watching here, it was 0-0 in the first leg between these two teams. The header's in. Defender was in two minds whether to drop off or challenge for the ball, and ends up almost gifting an opportunity. But yes, it was 0-0 in the first tie here. Away goals do come into effect. So T90 should be aware of that, knowing that any chance they get is effectively worth double. Bordellona win the ball once again in midfield. Played over towards the left-hand side. Lots of space there for the fullback to run forward. Passes it off to the winger. Well found there. It's a good attacking run, but needs to be able to do something with it. The ball's crossed in. And the volley, and we have a goal. Bordellona take the lead. Lovely finish there on the volley. Watch the ball float in from that left-hand side and smashes it home right on the cusp of half-time as well. We've got a game here. At least we've had a goal. It should liven things up now. T90 know that they need a goal.
If T90 do get a goal now, then they do go through on away goals. So
it really does add a little bit of extra spice to the match here. I think T90, most likely, I imagine, judging on what I've seen of them the last 1.5 games, probably keep a bit of defensive discipline about themselves for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half, and then most likely use that forward five with the wide midfielders and the three attackers there to really try and overcommit men to get that leveller, which would potentially see them through. But as it stands, Bordellona do have the advantage and are 45 minutes away from booking their place in the Champions League final. Going for the first time straight off the kickoff long ball. Often works, but defence is alive to it. It's a lovely little inside through ball there and passes away, but defence have been given plenty of time to regroup as the long ball is played forward again. I think got lucky there with that touch. It was well brought down, but the striker was on his shoulder. I think Bordellona just need to drop their defensive line a little bit, and they should negate a lot of the threat that T90 have possessed so far. Should try and provoke them into playing a different way and at least attempting to get the ball on the floor through the middle. Everything seems to be going wide and then cut inside at the moment, but what's a nice win over the shoulder there. Onto the left-hand side with T90. Again, to remind you that there are away goals to consider here, so T90 aren't quite as desperate as it may seem, being 1-0 down on aggregate and in this game. They just need a draw now from this match to get their tickets booked for the final. And passed back to the goalkeeper under pressure into the middle. Can he move that ball onto the right-hand side? Instead, he chooses it through the middle. There's a run there. So he was still in the space from the original run. Tapped inside and well tackled. And, cleared forward. Striker nearly latching onto that, but T90 win the ball back. Onto the right. There's a ball there to be played on the inside, but he tries to run it inside instead. Lovely control, nice attempt at a ball, and good defensive work there, leading to a corner. Just play towards the near post. A little bit more power behind that header, and we could have seen fireworks in this semi-final. But instead, the goalkeeper gathers comfortably, launches the ball forward. Striker ready to try and almost hit that one first time. I think he was going for the header, but instead decided to try and volley it. So we're starting to see the period of play that I predicted, where T90 commit a lot more men forward. The defensive midfielders in particular, moving into central midfield spaces. As the striker got the pace to move away from the ball, they've tackled each other there, and it nearly worked out spectacularly. Would have been a very fortunate goal, but it was good tracking back in the end by the T90 defence. They're going for the high line at the moment, obviously trying to get back into this game, win those second balls. And Bordellona will know that these long balls are on at all times to get in on goal for a one-on-one. Manpreet here moving the ball right and gets the ball back. Oh, a little bit better ball control there. And they were through on goal. Not the player's fault, it was just the unfortunate bounce, hitting his shin and rolling a bit too far forward in front of him. Nice little drag back, trying to work the space once more. Rolls it inside onto the left, goes for the cross. And kept in with a lovely back heel flick over his head by the defender. Bordellona happy to pump that down the wings, trying to release forward. But T90 here. You can see Bordellona have dropped men back now. They've got what seems to be a narrow back five, essentially. As T90 are attacking with 4 or 5 men more times. Oh, he was goal side there. The opportunity was definitely on to try and square that across, but once again, Bordellona defence shut him out confidently. It's a sign of two good teams, really, that the defences of both sides have been willing to put in tackles in dangerous areas. That in a lot of Pro Clubs games, you see quite a fair few penalties given away with last-ditch challenges, but not at this level. Everything's been well calculated and timed by both teams in defence. It's just the one goal separating the two teams at the moment. Bordellona 1-0 up. Around 15 minutes left of this game. T90 will be getting more anxious, trying to get the goal that would get them into the lead in this tie. Long ball is played over. Bordellona are effectively through here. He's going to go for the shot. It's well wrestled. This could go anywhere, and it squirms its way back to the goalkeeper in the end and cleared over to the right-hand side. T90 with an opportunity to try and counter once more. There's lots of space on the left, but it's not been seen until a little bit too late. Acrobatically cleared by the defender. And T90 definitely pushing forward, attempting to win the second ball as high as possible, giving Bordellona plenty of opportunity to play wonderful spraying passes like that. If it be kept in, there's a man in the middle, but well covered there. Long ball once more. Bordellona will be disappointed to be giving possession away in that manner as the ball's fed through to the left. Oh, here we go! We knew it was a possibility. I really am surprised at Bordellona's lack of ability to maintain a deep line there. All they had to do was sit back and shut this one out. But T90 with a wonderful pass towards the back post, up in the air and well collected and finished there. They now take the lead on away goals. This will break some Bordellona hearts, I think. It's pumped forward. This is going to make such an interesting dynamic for the final 5 minutes of this match. We're going to need an outright winner here from Bordellona, otherwise T90 are going to win this tie on away goals. Interesting that centre-back goes back to the goalkeeper there when it's 1-1. 3 minutes remaining now. Played long. Surprisingly won there. Can he knock this down? The shot is on! Once again. Ball could have squirmed anywhere with that chance. That's a lovely bit of skill there to get away from him. Oh, can they really send a message and wrap this one up without the need of away goals? No, it's well tackled here. We're into stoppage time. Bordellona desperate to get the ball forward into space. Oh, taking a lot of time on the ball here. This is one last opportunity. Ball's crossed in. It's interesting to see if that's come off a defender.
It's going to be a last minute
It
corner.
has. It's a corner. Last minute will the goalkeeper come up for this one. Really isn't any time after this corner is taken for anything else to happen. T90 have 3 men on the line. The ball comes in. Nodded towards the front post. Collected. And T90 have the ball and clear it. And there is the full-time whistle. T90 out of nowhere, really, in the 85th minute, grabbing that equaliser to take them through to the Champions League final here on the PS4 platform. It was a wonderful little finish there in the end. But they'll be delighted with that, Aaron, wouldn't you say?
Most definitely, yeah. What a fantastic 2 games there we had between T90 Futbol and FC Bordellona. We'll give credit to FC Bordellona for a fantastic two games of literally battling their hearts out to get themselves into the final. They just lost their shape in the final third of the second leg, which gave T90 the opportunity to get the last goal, which means T90 are through to the final of the PS4 Esports Pro Clubs Champions League. We still need to find out who made it through out of Seazon and Wolz. The last thing we remember was it was 3-1 to Wolz on their leg, and we went to see it at half time, which was 2-0 up for Seazon. So we don't know which team's through yet. We'll find out shortly and announce on our social media platforms. But that is it for tonight for some VPG Champions League action. We want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Good night.
People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Fuck with your PT. How they watch you fucking no PT. Body for wallet. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, turning. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Fuck with your PT. How they watch you fucking no PT. Body for wallet. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's all the finest. Timmy, turning. People wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's all the finest. Fuck with your beat. How you watch it, but you know
Chat. The team will compete in the 11v11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
people wishing for a burner. Killing everybody walking. How you watch it, fucking the beat. Body for wallet. Killing everybody walking. Know that it's all the finest.